we are at the bottom of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, and so we will get this call underway. I've got a presentation to walk into here at 7 o'clock in Livermore, California. So this is David Moses. I'll be your host this evening for Millionaires in Trading, our weekly, what we call MIT call. This is a leadership call where we generally discuss the philosophies, the habits, the disciplines that are required to achieve the higher levels of prosperity within ZJ International, in fact, within anything that we do. And if you're new on the line, a special welcome to you. If you're one of our guests, you may have some questions regarding the ZJ International products and or the company, and certainly the person who invited you this evening will guide you to the places where you'll get your questions answered if that's something that you need more information on. We do a Wednesday call each and every Wednesday with the formulator of the ZJ International products, and that's where we do cover the full spectrum of the ZJ product line. But tonight is more on aspects of leadership and building a successful team, creating a successful residual income by building a consumer base, a customer base, people using, reordering our product line. And so we're going to focus in on that tonight. I usually conduct this call from the comfort of my home office back in Toronto, Canada. But tonight, we'll be doing it from Livermore, California, right here. They're expecting upwards of 250, maybe 300 people. And as I'm standing here in the parking lot, people are pouring into the room. So we've got about 20 minutes together, and then I'll be heading into the presentation. And by the way, for anybody that's online this evening that is in the business building mode, tomorrow evening will be Austin, Texas, and then Wednesday evening will be Greensboro, North Carolina, and Thursday evening will be Detroit, Michigan, and then back to Toronto. But on that note, you've probably heard a lot of beeps as you've been in the pre-call this evening, people calling in from pretty well every province across Canada and almost every state down here in the United States, and maybe even a few people dialing in from other parts of the world. If you're new on the line, you may be asking the question, what's all the excitement about? Where are all these people coming from, and why are they on this one? Well, ZJ International, this company that we're all associated with, that we're all part of the same team with, now in 30 countries, not just North America, but 30 other countries, is currently the fastest growing company in the entire direct sales industry relative to the size of this company. People are coming in at record numbers as a result of what's happening for people on the product line and, of course, what's happening for people in the business. A lot of people creating great success from a residual standpoint and so forth. Last week, we saw another record week as a result of a promotion that the company has got in place called the X Factor promotion. You may have questions about that. This week, Monday to Friday at midnight, will be the last week for the X Factor promotion. So I just want to put that out there. I understand that if you're new on the line tonight, that may not mean anything to you as of yet, but the person who invited you will certainly shed some light on what that means and what it can mean for you if you choose to be part of our business, if you choose to come on board. This promotion, this incentive that the company has put in place, and I estimate that the company will be paying out probably not too far off of $1 million or better, just in incentive money and bonus money that's going to go into the pockets of the new people who have been a part of ZJ, who have recently joined. So that may be relevant for anybody that's new on the line tonight. And so having said all of that, it brings prosperity, to create success, to create time freedom, to create an ongoing, consistent, sustainable residual income. And that is focusing in on a single activity and mastering a single skill set. So in other words, we don't need to be, we don't have to have our MBA and we don't have to have our master's in an array of activities and skills. There's only one thing that we need master, and that is the ability to invite and or have people come and take a look at what we do. That's it. That's all we do. And so here I am in, like I said, for the first time in Livermore, California, just north of San Francisco, and there are a lot of people pouring into this community center, all coming to a presentation. And what am I doing out here as an independent distributor with Zija? I'm doing the same thing that I was taught many years ago when I first looked at this industry as a way to provide security and time freedom and lifestyle for my family. I'm going to be presenting the business to a lot of new people, to a lot of new guests that have been invited by friends, associates, co-workers, and so forth. And they're going to see a little bit about the company, a little bit about the product, and of course, a lot about the success that people have had on both the product and the business. And that, ladies and gentlemen, when you boil it right down, is the main thing. We talk about keep the main thing, focus on the main thing. What we're really talking about is to always be investing our time, always be focusing in our time, our energy on a single activity, and that is getting in front of new people and sharing the vision. Getting in front of new people and sharing the vision. Now that can be done on an international global conference call like we're on this evening. And so just before I walk into the presentation here at the community center, I am standing right here at the front of the community center on an international conference call speaking to people from all over Canada, the United States, and other parts of the world, and opening the door to the possibility of creating a secondary or primary income. And yes, of course, all built on the foundation of world-class, life-changing products that deal with everything from good nutrition to energy to weight loss and personal care. A very simple concept. And so he or she that ultimately will lead the way in developing a successful business will be the person who is actively engaged in creating and presenting opportunities for new people to catch the vision. And as I said, that can be done in a live business setting. It can be done in a conference call setting like we're on. It can be done on a one-on-one setting. Prior to coming to this event, I was at a business luncheon with some leaders from both our business and from the business community who are all taking a look at what we do. And so almost 100% of my time, of my energy, and that of any leader in our business is focused in on the main activity, which is, again, introducing new people and teaching existing people how to introduce new people effectively. And so when we think about it, when we stop for a moment and think about it, that we don't need to be a salesperson, that we don't need to be engaged in selling product every single day, but all we're really doing is being a conduit for people to come and take a look, for people to come and explore the possibilities, for people to listen to a CD, watch a DVD, or dial into a conference call like the one that we're on right now, and just get a little bit of cursory information that will give a person enough to be able to say, I'd like to know more, or tell me more about your product, or tell me more about your company, or how do I get started, or tell me about the company, or what is the story of the owner. It gives a person the opportunity to say, show me a little bit more. And then we show a person a little bit more, and they get their questions answered. And after a few little presentations and a couple of questions that are answered, a person chooses to come on board. And so when somebody says, how have you built? So some of our teammates have 40, 50, 100,000 people in their business. There's about a total of 185,000 people on my team in 30 countries. They say, how did you do that? I say, well, I didn't. I didn't build 185,000 people. I worked with a few good people and showed them our product and showed them our company, showed them our business. And then I invited them to not only come on board, but to open the door to others, people that they knew who might be interested in time freedom, in residual income, in being debt-free, and not having a job, and not having to be somewhere from 9 to 5, set their own hours. And they invited a couple of people. Somebody spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody who spoke to somebody, and of course one person telling another started to grow. It started to take a life of its own. And from that duplication, from that growth, all of a sudden we have a national organization, and now of course an international organization in 30 plus countries. And so, just kind of picture the fact that, and I want you to step into my shoes, because this is what the business will look like for you. Not what it can look like, but what it will most likely look like for you, so long as you follow some basic steps, some basic principles. Here I am, standing for the very first time in Livermore, California. Very, very nice, I wouldn't even call it a suburbia of San Francisco, but just north of San Francisco, about 45 minutes. Nice community. I'm standing in front of the community center. Yes, and there's a ambulance going by, as you can hear. You can do your business from virtually anywhere, right? So this is Reality Zija International right here. This is not a recorded call. And so I'm standing here at the front of the community center, and there's going to be upwards of 200 to 250 people at tonight's presentation. And I'm going to be the host presenter tonight, and not a single person in this community center, now get this, capture this, not a single person in this community center, not one, has been directly introduced by me, or in fact indirectly introduced by me, because I spoke to a person in Texas, I spoke to another one in another part of the country, someone in Toronto, and it was those 2 or 3 people who knew some people who knew some people who knew some other people that have led to the leadership and to the people that are putting on this event right here in Livermore, California. And by facilitating that, the Zija compensation plan, our business, pays commissions, residual, and bonuses and benefits as a result of the collective purchases and consumption of our product line by every person that's at this presentation tonight, and every person who's in this area that didn't come to the presentation tonight. And not because I did anything here in California, but because I did a few basic steps working from my home. And I say that to you because when we boil network marketing, person-to-person marketing, down to its very basic essence, what we're really doing here is we are opening the door to make a few referrals to a few good people who are open, somebody that may be open to better health, may be open to weight loss, may be open to good nutrition, may be open to a secondary or primary income that is of a residual nature that can be built on a part-time basis. We're opening that door, and because we open that door to enough people, then those people will go on to duplicate what we did with them with others. And as a direct result, we ourselves will find ourselves, or may find ourselves, in an extraordinary position of having what 95% of the population will never have, and that is being debt-free with time freedom and the money to have a good lifestyle and provide for our families in every way that we see fit. That's what our business is all about, and that's what the main thing can create for us when we stay focused on the main thing. And what I mean by the main thing is it's easy to get focused on a variety of distractions. It's easy to get focused on what this person said or this person said they were going to do that they didn't do. It's easy to focus on what has worked in the past or what has not worked in the past. All of that is easy. But in the end, when we set all of that aside and we take all of our energy, all of our focus, all of our time, and we put it into a single focused activity, and that is talking to new people, validating with new people, working with our teammates to help them speak to the new people that they've invited, providing support, like I am today out here in California for a couple of hundred people, then our business continues to grow. And it will grow in spite of what we do, in spite of our own personal efforts. Many times our business will grow. You know, this past weekend, I was with one of our top leaders, Mr. Fred Holmes, a triple diamond, doing extremely well in the business, and he flew out from Santa Barbara, California, to Toronto, and he did a large presentation on Saturday in Toronto, in my hometown, which I hosted, and Fred did the training. You know, we posted a lot of those pictures on Facebook. And so Fred did the training, and he came out to do a training in Toronto, even though none of his group is actually in Toronto. He has a big group. He has roughly 50,000 people underneath him in his organization, but none of them are really in the Toronto market, in the Ontario market. Much of them are in different parts of the continent. But he came out to Toronto to provide support, to do a training for an entirely different group within Zija. And so we spent some time together this weekend. He came up to the lake house, to the cottage that we have, and took some time together. And it was interesting because I was saying to Fred, you're out here in Toronto this Saturday, and I'm over in California on Monday, and then back over to the East Coast in Austin, Texas on Tuesday, and so on. And isn't it an amazing thing that we can create time freedom, residual income, and lifestyle simply by building an event? And that event could be a home presentation, it could be a conference call like this, or it could be a live meeting like the one I'm going into. We can do any one of these types of events and perpetuate not only our income, but we can help perpetuate the success of others. And so I just want to kind of part way this evening a little bit early because the presentation actually starts in 10 minutes, so I do need to go in. But I think the essence of tonight's call, if you could capture it, is that this is a very simple business. It does not require a wide range of skills. Obviously, the more skilled we can become more efficient, become more effective. But in the end, the only thing we need really be able to do is to invite a person to come take a look. Not sell a person, not close a person, but just invite a person to come and take a look, to explore the possibilities. It's not a big deal. And that one single skill can open all the doors to the universe and prosperity in our kind of business. If you're new on the line tonight, I'm inviting you to get back to the person who brought you onto this call and explore the possibilities. Take a closer look. See who we are at Zege International. Take a look at the product line. Get to know a little bit about the company, and I can promise you this: if you are open, if your timing is right to create a secondary income, and I'm not suggesting everybody's going to get rich and everybody's going to have unlimited prosperity. What I am saying is everybody can have that, but not everybody wants that. A lot of people will be quite satisfied with just a little bit of extra income coming into the household. The person who invited you tonight will show you that path. They will show you how to do that using the X Factor promotion. This is the last week of it. I might add that at the end of this week, those who are engaged in it are going to immediately step up and go into the next promotion, which the company will launch next pay period. And so take advantage of that. Some good things can happen for you. We're here to support you every step of the way. All the training, support, coaching, and presenting that you require in order to effectively introduce people that you invite. We'll be here to do that for you and with you. We'll show you every step of the way. And so once again, get back with the person who invited you tonight, and we'll be there to assist you along your path. Thank you for joining us on Millionaires in Trading. I wish everybody continued success and a prosperous week. Ladies and gentlemen, the lines are open. Alabama.